And I want to suggest that your story is in these windows too. If you have been a Reuben, the one who had every advantage and used it wrong, the firstborn whose sunrise faded before the day got started, your window is still on the east wall. The sunrise is still painted. The light is still there. The failure did not remove you from the covenant family. It only clarified that you are the source. It only clarified that you are not the source of light. You are the window that it passes through. If you have been a Simeon, scattered, dispersed, no concentrated identity, woven into the background of things without prominence or territory, your scattering is your ministry. You are present everywhere that you've been scattered. The curse that looked like the end was the grace that put you everywhere the covenant community needed a presence. If you've been a Levi, cursed for violence, condemned for what your anger produced, told you would be divided and scattered, the gold is coming. The curse can become a calling. The tribe without territory can become the tribe whose inheritance is God himself. 3 windows, 3 stories, but 1 grace. Chagall called them jewels of translucent fire. Light passing through colored glass, each color different. Each window, as you see, distinct. But all of them letting through the same light. Understand that each of you are a window. That light passes through you, and that light is the same light that passes through every other window in this room. The same source, the different colors though, the different histories, the different failures and transformations and callings. But it's the same light. And it's been rising since before Reuben was born, and it's still rising now. Chagall painted these windows, and you can go see them in Jerusalem at the Abel Synagogue in Jerusalem at the University Hospital. But he painted these windows, and these windows tell a story. They tell a story of the tribes of Israel. And not only the tribes of Israel, but the sons of Israel, whom these tribes represent. They tell the story of failures, of something that was seemingly final, but God restored them to something beautiful in the end. And the light that passes through these windows, and you can look it up online, but as you see the light pass through these windows, the colors that come through, you can almost feel the presence and the weight of what Chagall was trying to say, of what he was trying to communicate, the depression of Reuben's failure, the scattering of Simeon, the restoration of Levi and the gold. You can almost feel it as the light shines through. And yes, that is a metaphor for us. We are, in fact, windows just like these, if we allow the light of Christ to shine through us. You see, we've all been given this special responsibility if we claim the name of Jesus, that we are going to allow the light of the world to pass through us. Now understand that the shade that you give off is going to be different than the shade that I give off. But that's what makes stained glass work. That's what makes it beautiful. That's what changes atmospheres in rooms, is the fact that we can allow light to shine through our different colors, and it paints this beautiful picture because the source of light is Christ. And we're all allowing that one source, that one main source, to shine through us. You see, they didn't understand or know that the Messianic lineage would end up on a cross. They didn't know that. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand that the King of Israel would die, that he would give himself as a ransom for many, that he would win the victory over death and hell, that he would pay the price that we couldn't pay, that would be who the King of Israel is. But these windows that Chagall designed and had installed tell the story in a unique way. Because what he does is he redeems their story with light. He makes something seemingly ugly ultimately beautiful. The story of Reuben is not a pretty story. The story of Simeon is not a pretty story. The story of Levi is not a pretty story until you get to Exodus. Your story is probably not a pretty story either. I know mine isn't. But the light of Christ shining through the imperfect stained glass of who I am allows other people to see what he can do. So my question for you is, are you going to allow the light of Christ to shine through you? Like the east wall in Jerusalem. Like these Chagall windows that I've obsessed over probably more than I should have. Are you going to allow the light of Christ to shine through to allow people to see the changed narrative? Because the truth is, your story is your story. No one can change that. You cannot take an eraser to your past. It is still there. You can't look at your failures and say, they don't exist, because they do. But when you allow the light of Christ to shine through them, they don't matter as much. Because the beauty of redemption takes over the beauty of failure and the beauty of your past. And that's really what Chagall is trying to communicate here. Especially with the sons of promise.